Welcome to Wax Sports Reviews. In this video, we're looking at the 2020 Nike Domain 2 Steel Spikes, a rehash of the Domain 2s from last season with a few different changes here and there. So let me start talking to you about its features. In terms of the aesthetic versus the dull green and grey from last season, there's a bit more pop of color with the navy blue and orange. Probably one of the better aesthetics on the cricket shoes that I've seen this season. Moving on in terms of features, this shoe gets a Nike Phylon midsole, which is slightly more responsive this year compared to the previous version. This really arches up here in the heel area to offer you the best amounts of cushioning over here, which takes away a lot of the shock when you're stamping in hard when you're doing a bit of pace bowling. So this is really good in terms of support and also response. Going on to the outsole, there's a 7+4 spike layout, which is a pretty good all-round layout. So you can do a bit of batting, a bit of bowling, pace or spin. It's all pretty good. If you want to make it feel a little bit lighter in the heels, you can swap these out for rubbers and it'll be pretty good. The outsole also has this additional rubber traction material, which offers you really good grip on these shoes, so that this gives you an extra edge when you're running between the wickets and are in the field. This plastic cage here is where a lot of the midsole rests. This is really stiff so that it offers you additional support when it comes to the arch area. So if you've got higher arches, this will offer you really good support in that regard. For the material used on the upper, it's a really lightweight synthetic material, which is nice and thin so that it conforms to the contours of your feet, making it feel really light and your feet don't get too stuffy on the inside. For toe protection, the outsole rubber sort of bleeds into the toe along with a really stiff toe over here, so that you're really well protected against all of those Yorkers coming in. For the heel, it's probably one of the stiffer heel cages out there, very similar to the Nike Potential rubbers, but since these are spikes, they don't need to be as stiff, so that there's a little bit of movement for the foot inside. That being said, it locks in the foot really well so that the foot doesn't move around too much sideways, stopping any kind of injuries in that regard. There's also a bit of mesh padding around the ankle so that it's a nice comfortable wear. The tongue is quite a soft mesh tongue which fits on quite comfortably and allows a bit of ventilation. In terms of international cricketers using this, you'll see the likes of Marnus Labuschagne, Peter Siddle, Nathan Lyon and Usman Khawaja wearing these. So it's a choice of a lot of really popular international cricketers and definitely one to put on your foot. In terms of the quality of the shoe, I definitely rank it very close to the Adidas Vector in terms of its Adidas all-round ability. So definitely a really good option to go for if you're in the market for a good pair of all-rounder spikes or even batting or bowling. So if you're looking to get this shoe, you can walk into one of our stores or get it online.